I want to share something with you. We were looking for these videos of Trump, like what he's going to do now that he's president. And people were talking about his war on the cartels, right? Yeah, and the...
Thank you, Doc. You ever serve time?
No, that's Babar. Arnold Babar. Isn't there a children's book about an elephant named Babar? I don't know. I don't have any. No children? No elephant books. So let me take you down this road. So I got to say, there are a lot of things that Trump is saying that are a bunch of braggadocious bullshit. But then there are occasionally ones where I'm like, this seems like the kind of shit that can get your family members killed. You know what I mean? God forbid. I'm not wishing this. And there's a way of doing, exactly what he's saying without it turning into this macho, dick measuring contest with these fucking murders, right? And this is Donald Trump declares war on cartels. This is it.
Fentanyl, heroin, meth, and other
and other things that Don Jr. tries to tell me make you feel like magic.
Lethal drugs are pouring across our wide open border, stealing hundreds of thousands of beautiful American lives, and it's happening like never before in our history.
Well, largely because synthetic opioids are new. You know what I mean? It's like saying phones are pouring across our open border from countries where they are assembled at a clip that phones have never crossed our border at no time in our history. Yeah, we know it's 2024, dum-dum.
Children are being left without parents. Families are being ripped apart. Communities are being decimated.
Right, and that's my job. No, again, deportation force anyone? It kind of sounds like that's what you're planning.
Our neighbors and fellow citizens are having their entire worlds destroyed like nobody thought possible.
Well, I think destroyed. I mean, you think your life is destroyed kind of sums it up.
Our country is being poisoned from within by the drugs and by all of the other crime that's taking place.
I thought it was being poisoned from without. Right? Didn't you just say the shit's pouring into the country?
The drug cartels.
He's actually 6'5", with the afro 6'9". Pretty good dribbler. Works the ball between the legs and up and in.
Are waging war in America, and it's
Jesus Christ.
Our country is being poisoned from within by the drugs and by all of the other crime that's taking place. The drug cartels are waging war in America, and it's now time for America to wage war on the cartels. In this war, Joe Biden has sided against the United States and with the cartels. They are making more money than they've ever made before.
Now he's jealous.
Times 10.
Not quite.
There's never been anything like it. They're major companies. They're bigger than even some of our biggest companies.
No, they aren't. They are not bigger. Literally, America has 3 of the only $1 trillion companies. You are a silly person.
Biden's open border.
And also, by the way, does this motherfucker think big cartel is a thing? Like the cartels are making money, but they're competing against each other for customers and market share. I mean, if some of the movies I watched in the 90s are anywhere close to fucking true.
Policies are a deadly betrayal of our nation. When I am president, it will be the policy of the United States to take down the cartels, just as we took down ISIS and the ISIS caliphate. And
so strafe bombing, that's what you're going to do? Just carpet bombing parts of Mexico? Is that how you're going to do it?
Just as unlike the situation we're in today.
Okay, wait a second. Mooney Girl in the chat room brought up one of the best Fletch lines ever, and I have to address it. And this is a great example of cross-think. And I got to get you, the one thing about the movie Fletch that people don't realize is that he's fucking amazing at his job because he gets confirmations. And this is good for you guys to know. There's a scene in it where he's trying to get the real estate agent, the name of the real estate agent who sold this piece of property, he's undercover, to Alan Stanwyck. And he comes out and he in this office. So he's been playing a totally different person. He comes out and talks to the secretary. He goes, he sees the woman's name on her desk. And he goes, Madeline, do you have the name of Alan's realtor in Utah? And she goes, Jim Swarthout? And he goes, yeah. And she goes, I'm sorry. And who are you again? And he goes, I'm Frida's boss. She's like, who are you again? I'm Frida's boss. She's like, who's Frida? My secretary. And he just grabs the paper and walks away. It's amazing how he and you see this look on her face like, whatever. Okay. And she just goes back to what she's saying. That little exchange, that and the one at the airport where he figures out where they're flying to and how they're going to Provo, Utah, and then they're going to Spain and how they bought first class tickets. And, Mr. Stanwyck, you're booked on the last night. I hope there's nobody sitting next to me. I travel with these layouts and they take up a tremendous amount of space, and I need the space. I'm sorry, the seat is taken. By who? Mr. Singlenden? No, it's name's Kavanaugh. Is that Morris or Pierre? Sally Ann Kavanaugh. Oh, Sally Ann, very nice. As a matter of fact, you purchased the ticket for me. Doesn't mean I want her sitting next to me, does it? So he's tricking this woman into giving him all the details. He confirms, if you look at how the paper would write it up, he confirms from a source at the airline that they are flying out together, that he bought the ticket, and she's traveling with him, and they're both leaving at midnight. Yeah, like those details, that's fucking amazing. And it's such a silly little movie, but there are elements of it where he tricks people into giving him confirmed information that I just want people to pay attention to. It's one of the reasons why I love that movie. And so who are you again? I'm Frida's boss. Who's Frida? My secretary. Thank you. And he walks out. It's amazing. Fletch 2 is a little adorable, but it's still good. All right, there we go. Now that's side note, we're fine. All right, back to dealing with this dipshit. Oh, and by the way, I apologize. Should have been a nut warning on this. His nut is not getting any better. Yeah. So prepare yourself. Okay, sorry. There we go.
We had a very, very strong border, the strongest border, in fact, in the history of our country.
Because of COVID, we talked about this.
And drugs.
Also, what's the difference going to be? Honestly. What's going to be, like, again, he's going to make a bunch of people that he said are coming here not come here anymore.
We're at a low of 45 years. There's been nothing like what we did just 2 years ago. We will show we took down ISIS and the ISIS caliphate, and just as unlike the situation we're in today, we had a very, very strong border, the strongest border, in fact, in the history of our country. And drugs were at a low of 45 years. There's been nothing like what we did just 2 years ago.
What did you do 2 years ago?
We will show no mercy on the cartels. Every day, drug traffickers are using the waters of our region to ship their...
The waters of our region? What do you think, they're bringing fentanyl up in canoes up the Mississippi?
Lethal poisons to America, killing so many of our people and ruining families.
While killing them, the ones that are alive anyways.
In addition to restoring strong border security...
This is an older video, but it's from earlier this year.
I will deploy all necessary military assets, including the U.S. Navy, to impose the full naval embargo on the cartels. I did that before, and it worked. So did Obama. So does everybody. What do you think the fucking Coast Guard does all the time, stupid? What we did was incredible. We will guarantee that the waters of the Western Hemisphere are not used to traffic illicit drugs to our country. Furthermore, I will order the Department of Defense
Yeah, what do you prefer, airdrop?
to make appropriate use of special forces, cyber warfare, and other overt and covert actions to inflict maximum damage on cartel leadership, infrastructure, and operations.
Right. This is the bombing of a sovereign country. But remember this when he does the whole, I didn't start any wars. I haven't started any new wars. When this motherfucker bombs Mexico or assassinates people inside Mexico, does extrajudicial murders. I don't know, he kind of looked like El Chapo. He kind of had the same kind of wink in his eye. How are we supposed to know he was just a farm dude?
I will designate the major cartels as foreign terrorist organizations. We will sever their access to global financial systems. I will also work to forge an unprecedented partnership with neighboring governments in our region, just like I did in Mexico. And remember, in Mexico alone, an estimated 100,000 civilians have been tragically murdered or gone missing at the hands of these cartels.
Yeah, but like half of them work for the other cartels. I mean, that's part of the issue with this. And also the missing part, a lot of them bugged out to this country, and you're going to dump them back in Mexico, you dumb motherfucker. That's where they went missing to. They fled to the United States. They're here under asylum, and you are going to drop them back in Mexico, you dumb motherfucker.
The Mexican government, run by a very fine man, the president, is
well, yeah, not anymore. Obviously, this is before their election.
Working hard, but
is he?
It's not working out.
He's working hard, but it's not working out.
These cartels are vicious and they're violent, and they have Mexico for now stymied. Well, we have
stymied. Do they you sure they don't have them shemped?
To help Mexico, and we have to stymie the cartels.
Yeah, but Operation Stymie. They're stymied, and we got to stymie them. Yeah, I think we do. I think we should. Yeah. Hopefully, you'll be too busy trying to stymie them to fuck up the rest of our lives.
Either we will get...
That by the way, anytime we run into one of these, like, fucking authoritarian pricks working for Trump's, squads or whatever, they bug you, like, just tell them, shouldn't you be stymieing a cartel someplace?
Get the full cooperation of other governments to stop this menace, or we will expose every bribe, every kickback, every payoff, and every bit of corruption that is allowing the cartels to preserve their brutal reign. And it is...
What? Dude, so you'll blackmail them in exchange for... what do these countries find out? That the cartels are threatening to murder them and skin their children if they don't let this shit happen? You're like, aha, see this email? And everybody goes, oh, fuck, that's scary shit. They need more help. Of course, I can't say anything because they'll skin me too. So, okay. Next.
Indeed brutal. Finally, as I have said before, I will ask Congress to pass legislation ensuring that drug smugglers and human traffickers receive the death penalty. The drug...
Yes, that's right. Drug smugglers and human smugglers get the death penalty. And the person in charge of making sure that happens will be Matt Gaetz, a guy who has been charged with human trafficking of a minor under the influence of drugs. This makes total sense.
Cartels and their allies in the Biden administration have the blood of countless millions on their hands. Millions and millions of families and people are being destroyed. When I'm back in the White House, the drug kingpins and vicious traffickers will never sleep soundly again. We did it once, and we did it better than anybody else. There's never been a...
Also, no, you didn't. It's the only business that went up because of COVID, you fuckwad. This asshole gutted every business except drug trafficking.
A better border than we had just 2 years ago. It was strong, it was powerful, and
it was patrolled by a disease.
Was respected all over the world.
No, it wasn't. It was cartoonishly stupid.
And now we're laughed at all over the world.
Yeah, this is his other target.
And we're not going to let that happen much longer.
I'm sorry. I'm going to keep laughing at you. I'm sorry. I'm not going to laugh at my own country, and I'm certainly not going to laugh while you try to lower the quality of what my flag stands for, you dizzy piece of shit. But, yeah, there's no fucking way you're going to stop people laughing at you. You're still ridiculous. Good Lord.
We have to take over. We have to be tough. We have to be smart. We have to be fair.
Okay, well then I guess you're screwed from the start then.
But if we don't do something immediately, our country is gone.
Well, I got to tell you, dum-dum, I'm guessing then it's gone. Just write it off.